When utilizing a tool like Packer, you're going to have a bunch of configuration data, parameters, variables, whatever you'd like to call it, being passed in. So I have this example config here, and essentially what it's doing is it's creating an AMI based on a few different key things, primarily the instance type. So as you can see, this is really where we want to focus here. The var AMI name, var AMI instance type, and var region. Now, if we pop over to the variable configuration, here's what it would ultimately look like. Let's say we remove this, we would have to essentially just put in names, test92 or whatever we would want the AMI name to be. And that's going to be for each AMI. So effectively what you would have to do is create variable files like this constantly for your Packer configuration. And this can be cumbersome because you have to just manage configuration data all over the place for a bunch of different AMIs and in a bunch of different environments. So like dev, staging, prod, etc. Now, if I pop over to CloudTruth here, notice here how I have these three parameters, the AMI instance type, the AMI name, and then the AMI region. And I have some environment values here. And then if we pop open the AMI name, for example, I can specify the value for dev, production, QA, staging, etc. Now, this is obviously a much easier way than having, for example, 4 different variable files that are going to contain all of the values for dev, staging, QA, and prod. Instead, I can just have them right here available for me in CloudTruth. Now, what I can do is, actually, I wanted to take a step back here and point this out. If you read any of the blogs or watched any of the videos on me doing this for Terraform, it's a little bit different with Terraform. With Terraform, you could have the variable name like this, but not pass in any type of value for the default. With Packer, you do need to pass it in, and with Packer, you also need to use the env or environment function because we're consuming parameters via CloudTruth from environment variables. So that's why you see the env with the names surrounded. So as you can see, AMI name, AMI instance type, AMI region, and then if we pop back over, we can see AMI instance type, AMI name, region. All right, so let's go ahead and kick this off. Now, usually with Packer, you'd have to run Packer init, then validate the configuration, then build. And we are going to do that, except we're going to use CloudTruth. So we're going to do CloudTruth project. We're going to specify the Packer project because that's where these parameters exist. Next, I'm going to specify my environment, so development, run, and then we're going to specify Packer init. So we are still using the same Packer init, Packer validate, Packer build commands, except we're using CloudTruth to run them. All right, next we're going to do the same thing, except we'll do validate. All right, we got a valid configuration. Now let's run our build. And as we can see, that build did complete successfully. It did take about 3 minutes and 25 seconds. So let's head over to the browser really quick, and I already have my AWS console up, and as you can see, there's nothing here, but if I refresh, we can now see the AMI is available. And of course, because we specified our dev environment, it did use the dev name. And to clean it up, all we have to do is just deregister AMI, and we'll be good to go. And that's how you can use CloudTruth and Packer together to build your AMIs without having to worry about a bunch of configuration data everywhere. Thank you so much for watching.